The following exhibits have been declassified under the Federal Program Transparency Act. Further warnings are included for archival purposes only.
The following records have been classified Indigo Top Secret. Any personnel not directly authorized to view these records hereby revokes their right to due process and will be indicted as an active enemy of the United States of America. You have 5 seconds to cease viewing these records. On June 22, 1977, the Bureau of Applied Defense Development took steps to assure America's ongoing dominance in the space race by using cutting-edge Apollo technology in tandem with nuclear rocket propulsion in development at Hughes Apex Aerospace to launch Project Icarus, piloted by Captain Wick Pierce, formerly of the United States Air Force, on a manned, one-way, 8-year mission to Saturn's moon of Titan. The following was transmitted on day 680 of the Icarus mission, 750,000 kilometers from Earth, while moving at a velocity of approximately 46,000 kilometers per hour. At the time of transmission, Icarus was within the solar orbital band of the asteroid belt.
Mission Control, this is Icarus. At the request of Dr. Hendricks, I am taking a moment to highlight some of the methods by which I keep my physical health and maintain my focus. I am working with the springs once every 3 hours, arms and legs, and I have come up with a few new exercises. One of the things I am doing to keep my stomach muscles is throwing the spring around the back of my command chair and doing forward sit-ups. Physically, I'm in about as good a shape as anyone can be up here. And I'm hoping my medical telemetry is providing you guys with some interesting stuff for any plans for long-term missions or space habitation. Come to think of it, you probably can see when I'm doing my workouts. The electrodes don't stay put as well as they used to when I take my suit off for exercise, but you should be getting clean readings throughout the rest of the day. As far as psychological stress, the worst part is the lack of any nearby objects by which to gauge the relative speed of Icarus or any mission progress. Before entering the asteroid belt, my solution to this was, Before entering the asteroid belt, my solution to this was blotting out the stars in the viewport with globs of ration paste as small as I could make them, and then with my head against the command chair's backstop, watching them peek out from behind. Keep in mind, I was never entirely sure whether I wasn't just moving my head, but I only have one lucky quarter. Since the small object swarm took out the starboard solar panel, I have been keeping Icarus in a Z-axis roll timed to keep the port solar panel out of Icarus' shadow, which is a maneuver I executed in order to keep the one good solar panel in constant use, but has had the added effect of keeping the stars rolling by in the viewport. I have seen those stars go by so many times that I can tell which star is coming up at any given point in the rotation. And this means we are pretty much back to where we started in regards to my patience. I have drawn a line across the viewport, and I am trying to learn the sky well enough to determine which stars should be on which side of the line in any given rotation. So far, it has just been driving me nuts, but it is something to work on. It's important to have something to work on. That about sums it up for my medical report, but Dr. Hendricks can feel free to ask me for anything else that he needs. Icarus out.